Jack Dorsey and Jay-Z's Bitcoin Academy to teach financial literacy to residents of Brooklyn housing projects. Twitter co-founder and Block CEO Jack Dorsey and rapper Shawn Carter are teaming up to launch the Bitcoin Academy, an educational program designed to teach participants about financial literacy and the world's largest cryptocurrency. A spokesperson for the Bitcoin Academy confirmed to Fox Business that the curriculum will include topics such as how to keep yourself safe from scammers. This smells and reeks of bullshit. The Bitcoin Academy plans to eventually expand to other neighborhoods in the future. The in-person classes will be hosted 2 evenings per week and serve participants dinner. Like what? Pizza? Our goal is to prove that making powerful tools more available to people enables them to build greater independence. Marcy Projects doesn't need cryptocurrency and Bitcoin right now. Marcy needs a little bit more help than the coin. I'm just saying. This article is called The Rise and Fall of New York Public Housing. The country's largest public housing system was once a seemingly reliable option for the working poor. Now, NYCHA is at a crossroads as it tries to come up with billions of dollars to keep thousands of its aging buildings habitable for decades to come. So you mean to tell me these buildings ain't even habitable? They ain't even habitable, but yet Jay over here trying to push Bitcoin to y'all. And this article was written in 2018. But NYCHA developments were not poor houses. Unlike other cities, New York effectively barred lower income residents from public housing. From 1953 to 1968, it excluded most residents on welfare, black folk, by screening applicants using a list of moral factors, including alcoholism, irregular work history, because we can't get jobs, single motherhood because y'all kicked the dad out of the house so the woman could get welfare, and lack of furniture. Well, they couldn't afford shit because they ain't had no jobs to get shit. Do y'all see where this is going? It's cool not piecing the puzzle together for y'all. Let me continue. When my mother came, only white people lived here until the 1950s. Go figure. And that was testimony by somebody. 78, resident of Queensbridge Houses in Queens since 1945. This is Elaine Walker, who is 80. She's a resident of Queensbridge Houses since 1958. In my day, the staff was the best. They had their job, they did their job, and they were qualified for their job. You'd call and it would be fixed right away. That was back then. Let's go from 1969 to 1999. A changing mission and new problems. Nika was, if you really break that down, Nika, if the CH is the K, I'm just saying. I'm just saying you can spin it any way you want. And I'm looking kind of probably too far in this, but Nika loosened its selectivity in 1968 under immense pressure from the federal government and social justice activists, and the percentage of residents on a public assistance doubled by the early 70s. And by the 80s, many of the New York City's troubles also plagued housing developments, crime, drugs, and vandalism. Remember the war on drugs? And again, and who's trying to push Bitcoin to the communities that don't need Bitcoin right now? We talking about decades of bullshit that folks had to go through. Let me continue. However, the authorities' robust management capabilities, financial resources, and tough policing kept it afloat while public housing in the rest of the nation spiraled into despair and demolishment. The number of social issues increased significantly. The challenge managerially went up. They had to replace An enormous number of windows and elevator maintenance became much more difficult because of the vandalism. It was a break and repair kind of cycle. There would be mailboxes bashed into and broken because back then everyone was getting paper checks for their jobs or welfare checks, so you could cash them in anywhere. It didn't matter who you were, they was cashing them. So there you have it. Obviously, the authority had much more staff at that time. All of this changes in the late 1980s. In the 1980s is the first time when you're more at risk of criminal violence on nature property than you are in the surrounding neighborhood. Now this LB Tillman, he's 43. He said when the crack epidemic came, it took over. There were fights every day, shootouts every day, people playing music outside of your building to get some money. Wow, hold up. That was a tactic? He said people playing music outside of your building to get someone out to fight. Wow. This is Patrick Conroy. Patrick Conroy, he's 54. He said it was a very small percentage of bad actors having a huge impact on the quality of life for hardworking people. We always felt like we were the underdogs. We were doing the most difficult job in the city while at the same time being looked down upon as second class for not being NYPD. Oh, he was a cop. He was the assistant chief at the New York Police Department and former member of the Housing Authority Police Department. So he was NYCA. He was NYCA police. Every place you would step on a crack bottle. Back in the 80s, a long time ago in Grant, you would be afraid to walk down the steps because they had a bunch of crack bottles and they get stuck in to the groove of your shoe. Hey, did I paint a good enough picture for y'all as to why this whole Jack Dorsey and Bitcoin Academy is just a bunch of bullshit? Come on, y'all. Just because they had a few good rap lines and a few good rap albums, and they supposedly told your ass to go buy a picture and flip the picture and be 2-3 million. We got to stop giving these people these king titles, y'all, and these queen titles, y'all. If they ain't gonna lead it right. And here's y'all's man. Here's the king of New York. You know, New York like the crown kings and shit. Like, this is their God. This is the God of New York. He's coming back home to give Marcy Bitcoin education. Like, we can't eat Bitcoin. We can't put Bitcoin in our gas tanks. We gotta go to work tomorrow, bro. I ain't got time for Bitcoin. You gotta put in to put out, right? To get out, right? You asking Marcy residents, it's making $21,000 a year to put in for Bitcoin. This smells fishy. I mean, a partnership with Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey. Can you imagine if they got everybody on, all these broke folk in Marcy, to put into this Bitcoin? How much does Jack stand to win if he put all these folks up in Bitcoin? You know, they gotta get something out of this. They gotta get something out of this. Come on, let's be real. What has Jay-Z done for Marcy projects? I usually play crickets about this time. I'm still waiting for an answer. Tell me what y'all's God gave y'all Marcy projects. Y'all gonna tell me, oh, he's gonna bring financial literacy to the residents of Brooklyn housing. Let me give you some financial literacy. You're gonna have to start saving. You're gonna have to start saving, and you're gonna have to start getting active in your community. You're gonna have to start pulling people together, and y'all need to start a unification over there in Marcy. You're gonna have to surround yourself around some good people, some working hard people who want change as well. Yeah, I gotta keep tabs on this. I gotta see where this goes, and I gotta see the pulse of that community when this is all rolling out. Get smart with your shit. Don't let Jay-Z come in and do some shit. This seemed like it's gonna benefit two people, Jack and Jay. And if that's how it's gonna go down, if that's how New York's gonna go down, if this is what y'all gonna let y'all God do is just capital. He already told y'all he's a capitalist. This got capitalist written all over it. What do y'all think, man? You think this is good for Marcy community with all they've been through? Now we have tycoons like Jay that's gonna come around and not buy the block. Cause that's the other option. You could just buy the block, right? And you could fix your block up because it's now your block. You fix it up, you spruce it up. You get the people jobs, better paying jobs. Really move mountains if you here to move mountains, Jay. Cryptocurrency and Bitcoin? That's your answer for Marcy projects? From what I just gave? Yeah, alright. Know your past and the present so you can fix your future. If y'all don't know that, then y'all just gonna let Jay come in and do the same shit he been doing. Remember Dame? Hey, let's just go the whole Rockefeller clique. See how bad he did them? Come on, man.